Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Madness, a regular event here on Guild Superior where we scour the multiverse of the TTRPG space to present you new faces, new games, and new settings. I am Miko, your humble host for the evening, but don't worry, the people you came to see will be on screen shortly. I just have to get through a few quick announcements. Firstly, we are raising money in support of the American Red Cross in aiding those affected by Hurricane Ian. Links are going to be coming up in the chat, and if you are able to donate, that's wonderful, but even a signal boost on social media can go a long way to helping people in need. Also, I want to throw a shout out to 2 Minute Tabletop for the cool maps and tokens that they make, some of which you'll be seeing here tonight, as well as Tabletop Audio, which is where we got some of the awesome music in tonight's episode. And if you want to connect with us here at the Superior Adventures Guild, please check out our Discord. We have a great and ever-growing community of folks there, and we'd be happy to have you join us. You can also find us on Twitter to keep up to date of all the cool things we have going on here. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where you can find videos of all of our past adventures. You can also support us here on Twitch or on YouTube with a follow. That would be tremendous. It's a huge help for people that do that. And subscribing if you can is a big boost too. If you're watching us live and you want to get in on the action of the game, you can also give 100 bits in the channel to give advantage to a player of your choice, or if you think the GM is going perhaps a little too easy on their players, you can give it to them too. Tonight, we have the wonderful Minnesota Muse, Ashley, running a fun adventure called Oops, All Kobolds, and I am sure there will be much chaos for her to manage. So without further ado, I'm going to throw it over to her to get this party started.
Hey everybody, it's Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter, and I am here for you tonight, debuting my first time on a live stream while DMing. Oops, all Kobolds. And that's right, every one of my players tonight is a Kobold, and we are so excited to have it. So we're going to be creating a Kobold Mayhem type adventure. Let's see. You can also, if you like what I do tonight, you can find me on this channel on Tuesdays for Heroes of Greyhawk. So please come back and join us tomorrow night for that. And let me just go around the table and we're going to introduce my Kobolds. Say hi, Kobolds!
Hi,
Kobold! Hi,
Kobold!
Kobold!
Hey.
All right. Let's start with introducing just your player name and where we can find you. Mike, why don't you take it away?
Hi, my name's Mike. I am Madcap23, the Madcap23, or multiple things on Twitter, Discord, most online platforms. I am a tabletop RPG player from way back in the day. I had the original red box. You'll be able to see me doing what Ashley is doing sometime in November with posting a stream. But other than that, just look for me. And if you're interested in like cosplay and things like that, I also have a Facebook space called the Tipsy Tailors, where my wife and I have made things for different cosplays and different things like that. Back to you, Ash.
All right. How about Dave?
Hey everybody, my name's Dungeon Dave. I play games, produce games, and run games here on Guild Superior. It's an honor to be playing in Oops All Kobolds with Ashley at the helm. Ashley and I have been playing together for a while here on Guild Superior, and I am excited to get to play in your game this time. So thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. And it's always awesome to have some new friends on stream. So welcome to those of you who will introduce yourselves in just a moment. Thanks for being here.
Tythalanos.
Oh, hello. Tythalanos here. You can find me at Tythalanos on Twitch and Twitter, where I kind of play video games, and I'm constantly being pestered by a few people here to do some more, D&D DM streaming. So, expect more later maybe. But yeah, that's it for my intro.
All right. Shelly.
Hello, I am Shelly, and I have played for many, many years. I met Ashley, we're going to say within the last 10 to 15 minutes or years or hours, and have been playing ever since. I just finished a game of Tomb of Annihilation, and I am psyched to be a kobold.
Awesome.
Back to you, Ashley.
All right, Shannon.
Hi, I have not been playing a long time, or maybe I have just one game, a really long game that DM Dave roped me into in real life a few years back. And both he and Ashley were harassing me to try the live stream. So you got the noob to pick on right here. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Poking the Hive.
All right, sounds good. So I guess it's time for us to get down to it and set the stage. So for our little adventure, most kobolds of the Warren have lived their entire lives in the underground caverns of Skittersnap. The natural tunnels are tall, smooth, and with a wide variety of blue and purple luminous mushrooms to light your way. Your burrow is warm with an earthy kind of a smell, and you have been safe in your small kobold community. And now we're going to go around to introduce our kobolds. All right, this time let's start with Shannon. Shannon, who is your kobold? What is their name, and what do they look like?
Alexina. Alexina is an elder. She's gray and old, and she thinks she's very wise. Rather unflappable, and she's got secrets.
Secret kobolds. All right, Shelly, who is your kobold, and what do they look like?
Hi, I'm Gax. I've got some red skin with some leopard print a little bit on. It's not fancy, trust me. I've also got a little jug, maybe like a vial size, around my neck. It's got a little hot pink fleck of something in it. Otherwise, I'm kind of dirty. If you smelled me, you wouldn't probably like it. That's about it.
Actually, sorry, the first time DMing and I'm so nervous. Shannon, what is your character known for around the Warren or notorious for?
She's the one everyone comes to, and they've got problems. They don't know what to do. They come to her. She's fixing that. She's putting the Band-Aids on the boo-boos. She's putting the Band-Aids on the relationships. That's her deal.
I like it. I like it. Shelly, what is your character known or notorious for in the Warren?
Well, I'm known for finding one of the most rare hot pink bioluminescent mushrooms, which is probably what might be in my little vial.
I hear that. All right. Tithalanos, please introduce your kobold and what they look like and what they are known or notorious for.
Hi, I'm Snack, and I'm a little small, little pale, and well, a lot of people have been real nice to me, because I talk about a lot, but I got lost in the big caves, and I found something and someone, so he who crawls in they saved me.
All right. He who crawls somewhere in the dark tunnels rescued you. All right. Let's see. How about Mike? Please describe your kobold. What's their name and what are you known or notorious for?
Hey, I'm Brindlecap. They call me the Strange. Things go boom. Things go boom. Or whiz. Click, 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 clank. I may or may not have collapsed an area of the Warren and trying to experiment with something new for defenses, yes.
All right.
And I
Dave.
am. I'm sorry. I've got like singed fur and things on me.
A little burnt. All right. Dave, please introduce your kobold, what they look like, and something they are known and notorious for. Oh, Dave, you're muted.
My name is Toklo3. I'm a wee little red fur-skinned fella. I wear a dark trench coat and I kind of weasel about. I like to stay a little nondescript. I don't like people to notice me so much. I stick to the shadows. I do like long walks down dark tunnels. What else can I tell you? Well, I'm known for my trap building skills. I like to build traps, and they're a bit complex sometimes. People kind of give me a little bit of grief about how complex they are, but I do like my traps.
Wonderful. I would also like to say the beautiful art that just popped up for each of the introductions was made by Miko for this game. So thank you so much, Miko, for putting in that above and beyond effort in making us some fun art so that we could share a little personality with the audience. Okay. So getting into it, today is a special day. Today is Founders Day. It is the day Great Yelp Skitter Snap, mightiest of all kobolds, or so you've been told, single-handedly tricked and defeated a gang of ruthless adventurers and rescued the treasure known as Big Egg. It is a 2-foot-tall, solid gold egg, gifted, they say, by a dragon god. The Big Egg guarantees the safety and blessings of Skitter Snap Warren, and so today is the day you get to celebrate that boon and the prosperity of your community. Already you can smell the mushroom pies and roasted meats, probably roasted rat meats, coming from the communal kitchens. The cave has been decorated with these little hanging eggs made of reeds and straw, gathered and woven together and just hung in different places in the cave. And you could just feel the excitement of all of your friends because this is a big holiday. Now, each of you was asked if you could skip the celebration and watch over the treasure room. However, you all know that if you had done this, you would have missed absolutely every bit of this festival. And so could you please tell me how you convinced, tricked, or persuaded or bullied someone else into taking that job from you? All right, I'm gonna go around and let's see. Mike, how did you convince someone or trick or bully to not let you be the one to watch the treasure room?
Quick question. Am I trying to get someone else to do it, or am I telling the person who is trying to get me?
Your choice.
Okay. So, I am sorry, Squelch. And I hold up my little homunculus servant who's made of dirt and mushrooms. Squelch is sick! Sick, Squelch! Can't go and do that. Take care, Squelch. You take care, Squelch.
You give him a little squish and he vomits whatever he ate this morning, like just down the front. Ugh. They quickly push you aside. Nope. All right, never mind.
Good spells.
Dave, how did you get out of it?
Well, Toklo comes from quite a large family, and many, in fact, his full name is Toklo III. At least 7 siblings, not quite sure how many, he lost track. But he finds one of his youngest siblings and he says, look, I got a really great offer for you. You can do this really cool thing. You can check out this guard duty and make yourself useful. I think it's going to look really good on your resume for future, jobs around the Warren and everything. So I think you should really take the opportunity and run with it.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a really good opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, hold on to this while you're doing it. And he gives her this little ball of lint. It's really important.
Oh my God, what does it do?
It'll protect everybody.
And then, so Toklo, we'll say this is Toklo 5, takes your lint and your job and goes to watch the treasure room for you.
Good luck, 5.
Making a little note. All right. Snack, how do you convince, trick, or persuade someone to take the guard duty?
I would find Callum, who I know has a lot of kids. Tell, I'll watch. I'll keep the kids busy. I'll have.
Wait, all of them?
As many as I can distract. Yeah.
We can't lose them.
Well, I'll have them hunting for a moving egg, an egg on the ceiling. I'll make them stay in the Warrens and look for it.
That's a good idea, man. Why
Okay,
didn't I think of that?
if you just watch that room, I'll keep them busy for you.
Done and done.
And I will use silent image to have a slowly moving egg flit about the room randomly.
Yeah, just a pack of like 12 kobolds, like all like under the age of 7, just swarms like back and forth, trying to chase that egg. Oh my God, I can get it. Like they're starting to like make a little kobold tower, like as they stand on each other's shoulders. But they are currently distracted. All right, Shelly.
Gax will go up to the guard, the person he needs to talk to, and kind of scratch some moldy dirt off of his arm under, kind of secret, and then like sneeze it into his like face so his eyes get all kind of coated, like he's got to rub his eyes, like he can't see very well.
Oh, God.
And
What's wrong with
sorry.
you?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Did you hear that?
That's not contagious, is it?
No. Oh, well, I'm not that I know of. I mean, I don't think so. I've been digging around in the dirt a little bit.
He just like takes like a spear butt and just like pushes you back 1 foot. You just stay over there.
It's okay. It might actually be now. I'm starting to get a little itchy, and that's kind of like something that happens sometimes, like when I've been, going around looking for mushrooms. And then I kind of like stumble forward and I touch him. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh God,
I should
get
probably
it off
go.
me.
I should probably go.
Go find Helixina. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Get a
All right.
salve.
Sorry about that. I think you'll be fine, but just splash some water on it. Bye.
Great. Helixina, how do you persuade or trick or convince or bully your way out of this?
I've been in this warren for decades, and I have watched this egg year after year after year. I believe I've earned myself a place at the table of the feast, and somebody has a rash.
So
And I need to take care of it.
Yeah, and if you got any more of this salve, she touched me.
Come see me. I won't be here.
Perfect. Yeah. So Tokolo 5 and Typhalanos, please remind me the name of the guy with all the kids.
Tell
Tell are watching the treasure room while you guys attend the party. All right, perfect. I love it. Let me flip some music over to something new. So we get a little out of the rat battle, which I love. I'll go to festival. Okay, so there is some music going on. There is a long table full of different kinds of pies, mincemeat, mushroom, something you cannot identify, but is probably amazing. There are these little egg ornaments everywhere. There are several crates that are covered and slightly moving in the corner, and they are being watched by, I'll say Tokolo 2 is watching those crates. And he just goes, shh, for later. And then you've got another Kobold who has something else squirreled away, which is like for the big finale. So, what is your favorite Kobold activity at the Kobold party? I'll let you guys think of something, and if you want to raise your hand, I'll call on you. All right, Mike, what is your favorite activity?
A rat toss.
Rat toss. Perfect. There is, in fact, a small cage of rats over in the corner. People are taking turns tossing a rat through a open hole. And then several people are trying to catch that rat after it does or does not make it through the hole. Some of those rats eventually get tired out and they are being ushered in the kitchen for later festivities. Anyone else have? Shelly, what is your favorite Kobold activity at the party?
Gax, I really like the smashing the fruits competition. I enjoy it mostly because I like to feel the spray of the fruit shrapnel hit my body and face. So I personally like to really get involved in that.
Absolutely. And afterwards, you know, some of the kids make fruit armor out of it, especially the larger pumpkins, make some helmets, and they can make 2 little holes. They can actually stick their arms through it and like waddle around in a suit of pumpkin armor. It's adorable. And then they have like a little pumpkin competition where they say who has the best pumpkin outfit. It's great. Anyone else?
I got one.
All right, Dave, what is your favorite Kobold?
My favorite event is the cave cricket eating contest. I've won it 3 years running, and I'm going to win again tonight. I guarantee it.
Awesome. Cave cricket eating. Yes. They have, it's sort of like a pie eating contest, but with live crickets.
It's delicious.
Yeah, you know, last year Tokolo 2 beat you, but this year's your year. All right. Anybody else got one? All right, Shannon, what's your favorite kobold activity?
I like to sit back and watch. It's different every year. And I just like to sit in the corner and watch. And when it's all finished, I like to collect the little bits and bobs that people leave behind and create things in my little corner of the warren. Because you never know. You never know when something is going to be needed to help someone.
Wonderful. Yes, you're just taking it all and being the responsible one and, like cataloging it for later. So you see set out before you is the long tables being piled high with little boxes of crickets. Who would like to try to compete in this competition? No. All right. Tokolo 3, you are welcome to take a seat at the long table.
Brindlecap will too. Brindlecap and Squelch.
All right.
Now
Max
you
is
can't
into it.
have like your friend help you. That would be cheating. So make sure no squishy,
Bitey sidekick creatures can help. Kind of pokes whatever. Like you've got a homunculus with you, which is like a big squishy thing. I don't know if the people who live here know what that is.
It's basically mud and living debris or formerly living debris that have formed around a center, and it has bat wings. One's like really long and the other's really short, and it flaps and it can fly. And instead of eyes, it has mushrooms that just go.
What do you call that thing? What do you name that thing?
Squelch. That's Squelch.
Yeah, keep your mushroom bat away from the food.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
What's
so
over there?
Yeah, he stows under your chair. And you take a seat. Tokolo 2 comes over. He takes a seat. He looks at you, Tokolo 3.
it's gonna
Wipe
be
that
mine
smile
again.
off your face.
Just wait.
Ah.
Anybody else joining in on this?
Yax will join if he can sit down next to the mushroom bat.
The bat is currently under Brindlecap.
Can I sit
but
next
you
to
could
Brindlecap?
sit on the far side. Yeah, on the other side of Brindlecap. For sure.
May I pet your creature?
Squelch. Yes, you can pet Squelch. Squelch likes pets.
Gax will reach down and pet him, and then turn away and lick his hand.
It's actually it's mud and rat skins.
All the better.
And so I'm near Gax, and am I near Tokolo 2 or Tokolo 3?
So how it goes is it is, let me look at my thing. It's Gax, then Brindlecap, then Tokolo 3, then Tokolo 2.
How close do I have to be for that?
I mean, to be fair, the Tokolos look a lot alike.
They do. He's a little bigger than you. He's
So
at least 1 year older.
Brindlecap is going to get up for a moment and go and shake the hands of all the competitors. That's good luck. 3, good luck.
Hi, Brindlecap.
And I'm going to fall onto Tokolo 2's, the table right near Tokolo 2, and I'm going to touch the bowl where the crickets are
my
going to be put there.
Yeah.
And I'm using magical tinkering.
Okay.
So he now has a static image of a cricket in his bowl. That
So it'll never empty.
yeah. I'm sorry. Good luck. Good to meet you. Good luck. I go back to my seat.
There's a one fake cricket in there. Awesome. So the rules go that once you finish your bowl of crickets, they give you another bowl of crickets, which is a perfect way to mess with Tokolo 2 because he could never eat that last cricket. All right. The judge comes out, and it happens to be. Let me look at this. It is Gev Rumblethorn, who is the current great leader of Skitter Snap. He was once a towering figure, at least by Kobold standards. But he is now grown old and he's a bit hunched and he has a slight limp to one leg and a big kind of scar across his face and snout. And he goes, all right, you all know the rules. Finish your first bowl of crickets and we'll get you another bowl of crickets. At the count of 3, and he squishes a chicken and it just makes like a big bagak, and you guys go. So I'm gonna have you let's see, roll for me. First roll of the evening.
Yay!
And
Let's
I'm gonna
do it.
say it should be a how about a dexterity roll to see how many crickets you can eat? And then I'm going to have you roll a d6 to see how many crickets you get in your mouth. Starting with Toklo 3.
Okay.
Please go ahead and roll a dexterity roll.
Okay. That is a 11 on the total.
Great. So please roll d6 and we'll see how many you get.
4.
4 crickets. Chomp. And I should probably keep track of this, I think. All right. Perfect. Next we have Brindlecap. Why don't you give me a dexterity roll? As you're catching up these live crickets. And
That's
then
an 8.
Okay. Then how about roll a d4 for how many crickets you get, because that is not as good.
No, not at all. 2.
All right. You eat 2 crickets. They are particularly jumpy. All right. Gax, please roll a dexterity roll and then let me know what you get.
11.
Perfect. Roll a d6.
Yep.
See how many you eat.
Sorry. I swear I'm trying to roll. There we go. 1. All that for
Okay.
1.
All right. They are particularly jumpy. In fact, you kind of like tip the bowl and they're like escaping out and you're trying to get them into the bowl so you can try to eat them next round. And then Tokolo 2, let's just see. He is going to, 4 crickets. He is a pro. He is neck and neck with you, Tokolo 3. All right. Next round, Tokolo 3. Please roll a dexterity roll to catch your crickets.
All right, here we go. Tokla 3, come on. Ooh, that's really good. That's going to be a 19 total.
Perfect. You know what? Roll a d8 for me
Ooh.
as you've upped the ante.
4.
Okay, yeah, you are now at 8 crickets. You've got like little legs still kind of sticking out of your mouth as you munch.
It's good. It's good.
Brindlecap, dexterity roll.
13 this time.
Awesome. Roll a d6.
4.
Perfect. 4. You are making up for lost time. You've got the hang of it now. Gax, please roll a
Got one.
dexterity roll and
8.
okay. Roll a d4. See how many you get.
Okay. There's no way I got 6 out of that.
Not from a d4.
Did you do? Oh, you did 2 d4.
Yeah. Okay, another
Take-
1.
Okay. Your crickets, maybe there's something wrong with your bowl. Maybe somebody has messed with you because they are more active than the other crickets. And actually, now that you think of it, you look over and Tokolo 3's like laughing as he looks at you. It's kind of suspicious.
You've never done this before, huh?
Well, you know, like it's a
I mean,
party.
Yeah, I just thought I'd give it a try. I mean, they look great. They're big. I mean, they're real big, right?
Right. All right. So Tokolo 2, hold on a second. I'm gonna make him roll Dex. Oh no, he got a 6. So he actually tips his whole bowl as he's laughing at Gax, and the crickets just spill everywhere, and he gets nothing this round.
That's what you get for laughing at me.
All right, last round, and I will say that 3 is in the lead. Please roll a dexterity roll. And
Before this,
yes.
just because I know a little bit of their history, I probably would have at this point kind of sidled up near Helixina, assuming, just watching the festivities. Is there someone you wouldn't want to see do well? Trying to get in her good graces.
The brindle cap is causing troubles again. It wouldn't be the worst thing if something were to happen. And she reaches down and she grabs a cricket that was hopping away. She just grabs it right out of the air and hands it to Snack.
Thanks. Just 1 minute. And I will look at the cricket and then look at Brindlecap and will cast a silent image of a bunch of crickets like jumping out of his bowl and trying to get away. Whether or not this distracts him is just trying to distract him a little bit, and maybe he won't do as well. And then do with that what you will.
All right. Why don't you do a performance check for me for your silent image?
No, that's a 2. So 5
yeah,
total.
he's a little confused because 1, there's a fake cricket already in there. Now there's less well-made silent images of crickets and real crickets all running around. He's, man, I think there's something wrong with these crickets.
That was against me, not against 2.
Oh, sorry.
That was against Brindlecap.
Brindlecap. All right. Brindlecap, you notice that some of these aren't particularly good.
Do you want me to roll Dex now, or
with a roll that low, I would say you're on to him. Like, there's something wrong with this. How you would like to play that off is up to you.
Well, I rolled a 21 for my Dex roll. So what do I roll for how many crickets I get?
Oh, top of the round, we'll go to 3. So we're not actually.
I thought 3 just went.
No.
Oh.
It was we took a slight break.
Okay, I'm sorry. So
to mess with you.
What I'm doing is grabbing one of the crickets with that Dex roll, grabbing one of the crickets and tossing it towards Snack.
A live one or a fake? I mean, you can't actually grab a fake one. Okay.
A live one, just thwap.
All right.
Have some.
Cricket comes sailing off at you. All right. Tokolo 3, last round.
All right, here we go. Come on,
Dex roll.
Tokolo 3. Natural 20? Is that good?
Awesome. Yeah. Please roll 2d6s to see how many crickets you managed to stuff into your mouth in this last round with a natural 20.
4 total again.
Okay. With 2d6s? All right.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Perfect. You try to stuff as many as possible, and they keep like popping out of your mouth, and like you're trying to eat too many at once, and you only get 4 again, which is about as much you can chew.
That's as much as I can fit in my mouth, apparently.
Brindlecap, you got that weird fake cricket, but you saw through it because you were crafty. And please roll your dexterity roll to see how many crickets you can eat. You got a 7. Okay. Let me see. That would be roll a d4. We'll see how many you get.
2.
2? All right.
Yep.
So, Gax, roll a dexterity roll.
Gax is gonna kind of stop trying. She kind of sees the way the game is going, and she's gonna just kind of savor the cricket now. It's not a quantity thing now. It's a quality, kind of a flavor. Get every note that is on that cricket. So I can. Do you want me to still make a roll?
Sure.
It might jump out of my. I don't know.
It's true.
9. Not great at this cricket eating business.
Yeah. Please roll a d4 for me.
Okay. That's the best I've done. 3.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what? You start to eat and savor these crickets, and like you find that once you just go for one at a time, like you can actually eat them faster.
I'm in a groove.
And they're delicious. They're actually like high quality outdoor crickets that somebody has gathered, and you know they don't go outside very much. So they are amazing.
They're like
Do they have any kind of seasoning on them or anything? Are they seasoned?
They're live crickets, so that would be a little weird. But I mean, do you put seasoning on your crickets?
Pepper grinder on them as they're.
Yeah, if you you can have a pepper grinder on you.
Right.
Just pull out a pepper grinder and start seasoning your crickets. Now that the game is done.
The leftovers.
Right. All right, and last roll for Toklo 2. Natural 20. So he's gonna roll 2d6. Maybe he'll catch up.
You Toklos are dynamite at this.
Mm-hmm. We're known for our cricket eating skills. Kind of runs in the family.
I can see why.
That good, huh?
It's it is really good.
Oh.
He rolled a 9 with the natural 20 and the 2d6s. He just takes all of the crickets in the bowl with his hand and just shoves them all into his mouth while dead-eyeing you, Toklo 3. And just like bits of cricket are like flying out of his mouth as he crunches down. And let's see, he steals the game by 1 point.
He's so good at this. Drives me up the walls.
All right. So, Snack and Halexina, what are you guys doing? Like, doing anything else while this has gone on?
Alexina has realized how quick she is, and she's grabbed a couple other crickets and put them in a little cloth bag and put it in her pocket, because you never know when you need an extra cricket or two.
Yeah. I mean, like, midnight snack, or, you know, there's some spell components.
When they're dried out and you grind them up, they could make wonderful a binder for a love potion.
Oh, nice. Little kick to it. Anyway. Yeah. So
Thack would probably have tried to find, or would have gone over to the storyteller's corner, and again implementing his silent image spell on occasion to make the stories a little more interesting. And then realize,
Nice.
oh yeah, the kid's chasing the egg, and I have to do that up in the ceiling, and then go back to the stories.
Actually, the kids chasing the egg are fully mesmerized by you doing silent image of the story creatures. You do like a little bugbear waddling along, and like some goblins jumping out, and the kobolds fiercely defeating all of them. It's a classic children's tale. And they are all like, wow, big guy, you're so cool. We love you. Snack's the best. I mean, and they're almost the same size as you because you're a little on the small side. But you have now mesmerized a gaggle of like, that 12 of them belong to your friend. However, there's probably another dozen little baby kobolds running around.
Save me! Save me!
They all climb over you and like they start tickling you, and they're having a merry time. All right. That is when Tokolo 2 leans over to you 3 and goes, so now I got a good event for us. So it was my turn to like find something that we could do for fun for today. And I got it.
What do you got? What do you got for us?
He waves over to those crates that are moving around, and he lifts up the crate, and it is full of live skunks.
Oh yeah!
All right. So here's my idea. Skunk Battle.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Where'd you get all these skunks, Toklo 2?
Do not ask.
I thought I smelled something skunky.
It took a while.
Yeah. Well, good job.
So, who is interested in playing Skunk Battle? The rules are such: you take a skunk, you put it under one arm, and then with the other arm, you aim. It is a... Hold on a second. It is a elimination tournament. The damage is non-lethal, and it goes until one of you vomits.
Oh, I'm in.
No.
Right.
The next in.
Perfect. Snack and Tokolo 3. You are welcome to square up for the skunk battle. The guys all kind of make a ring around you as they hand you your given skunk, which you are trying to figure out how to aim. You can use either strength or intimidation to fire your skunk. So it'll be how hard you squish it, or like how you can like scare it to make it fire.
Snack, you ever fired one of these things before? How the hell does this thing work? Holds up the tail. Oh, point that end away, I guess, huh?
Don't worry. You'll see.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. So, yes, Tokolo 3, you're one side of the ring. The Kobold crowd is cheering. Yeah, this is so great. Snack, like the little kids are all like, snack, 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 snack. You've got like a tiny cheering squad of children. All right, I want you first, the two of you to roll initiative first, so that I can tell who can go first.
9.
I'm definitely Kobold. I rolled a 1, so that's a 4.
That's
Oh.
fine. It's just like one or the other. Okay, so Tokolo 3, you figured out your skunk first. I'm gonna have you either roll your strength or roll a
Intimidation.
intimidation. Yes.
All right, Henry. I'm named him Henry. This is Henry. All right, Henry. Let's do this. And I'm going to say, Henry, you stinky little son of a gun. You better shoot straight, old buddy, or you know what's happening to you. Off with your head. So I'm going to intimidate him, and I'm going to aim and do my intimidation. 15.
Oh yeah. Henry lets out a little squeak, and a cloud of stink just heads straight towards Snack. Please roll a d10 of putrid stink damage.
6 total.
All right. Please take 6 non-lethal stink damage off of your total hit points, which is non-lethal, so don't worry about it. You're not going to die from this, probably. All right. Snack, it's your turn. Please do a strength or intimidation to make your skunk go.
Kind of coughing. I wasn't ready. I'll back up to the kids and hold the skunk facing Toklo with the head facing the kids. All right, everyone, roar! And I'll try to get all the kids to roar to scare it.
Cute. Yeah, please roll with advantage. As all the kids are helping you try to scare the skunk.
14.
Perfect. Yes, the skunk, seeing a wall of terrifying children, lets out a spray of stink at Toklo 3. Please roll a d10 to see how much damage Toklo 3 takes of stink damage.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Yeah.
It's terrible. My eyes sting.
Toklo 2 is laughing his tail off in the corner. This is amazing. All right. Let's go back to Toklo 3.
All right, Henry, here we go again. You better get it right this time. Oh, I think I missed with the 3.
Yeah, this time he just kind of like uncomfortably wiggles around. And you have to avoid him because he's like trying to bite you.
What?
He does not let loose the spray this time. Snack.
Oh man. You know, I think it worked so well with the kids. I think who was it? Cairn. One of the little kobolds. I want to have just them come up and try to roar and like be real close to the skunk to really get like the drooling teeth to try to scare it. So I'll do another intimidation, but using just one kid. So.
Okay. Yeah. With the help of the other kid, you can get advantage.
Yeah. We'll just do just the one because I only had one kid this time, but still rolled a 21.
Nice. All right. Please roll a d10 as your skunk is terrified of this small, toothy child who's roared in its face.
5 points of damage.
Please take an additional 5 points of non-lethal stink damage. Oh man. Let me just look. Oh, it's getting close. The smell is starting to turn people's stomachs in the small cave. Perhaps this wasn't the best idea to do this inside.
Yax has her armor kind of like open, her cloak open, because she's angling to get like the best absorption of the smell.
Oh God.
Excuse me, make a hole. I'm coming through because she sees where like it's gonna spray.
Oh, de la skunk.
Yeah.
To each their own. All right. So let me just see. It's Snack's turn, correct?
No, Tokolo's turn.
Tokolo's turn. Okay, Tokolo. Please try to convince your skunk that it should spray. So intimidate or strength. Maybe you can get someone to help you.
Tokolo is, I'm not going to be nice anymore. I'm not going to be nice anymore. And he's just going to squeeze it as tight as he can and just try to pop it. Pop out a cloud. He's going to pop a cloud out of this thing. Oop, that's cocked. That's going to be with my negative to strength, an 8 total.
Okay. I will say that you're trying really hard and you just please do a d6. You hear a little, it like squeaks out another skunk spray for 5 stink damage.
Ooh, boy.
Some of the kids now are like vomiting in the background. I got too close to the skunk.
I got it. And this time we'll do a I'll charge in close and we'll do the do just this strength check to try to squeeze one more good one out.
Okay.
It's a 3. Oh no.
Yeah. It just like you're so little. Like and the
empty.
I'm out. Reloading.
Maybe that's all they had. I don't know. Tokolo 2 is like, I don't know. Is there a limit on skunk spray? Like, should we reload? He takes Tokolo 3. Tokolo 2 takes your skunk and hands you a fresh skunk.
Oh no.
And he puts this tired, sad skunk back into the cage. He just like leaves there.
Help me.
No skunks were harmed in the creation of the heart shot.
Just a little hug.
We love skunks.
Do we though? Do we really?
They'd be real cute if they didn't smell so bad. All right. Tokolo 3 with your fresh skunk. Please
You
go
have
ahead.
advantage.
Yeah, please take advantage because.
Oh no, someone gave him bits.
Oh, they did? Hold on a second. Oh yeah, bits for Dave. Okay. You've got it.
I don't know if I can do it. Okay, buddy. Charlie. He's gonna squeeze him. He recognizes this one.
You've seen him around before.
You got this, Charlie. I'm not gonna even try to intimidate you. 12.
Oh yeah, he's ready to go. Like he's been in that cage. He's been really irritated. He's watched you all squeezing skunks, and it didn't take much. He just lets out a little like across the field. Yeah, please roll a d10 of stink damage.
Gosh. That's another 5.
All right, Snack. Are you still standing?
Snack was got real close and then saw the skunk exchange and that's cheating. Out. Snack took it right to the face. Too close.
With a big fountain of puke.
Oh, and immediately Tokolo 3 starts puking right after Snack starts puking.
And all of the like little kobold kids like sympathetically start puking.
I mean, it's contagious. You know how it works.
And they have to like shut down festivities for a moment and like, usher you all into a different part of the cave. While they clean it out.
I go over to Snack and I hold his hair up. I hold his hair back so he doesn't get puke in his hair. That was a good one, buddy. Had a lot of fun. Good.
Helixina, you got anything for nausea?
In a rare moment, she is rolling. She's laughing so hard because she has a soft spot for Snack, and she wants to see him succeed so badly. And she can't. She just can't. This whole.
Victory!
Squelch! Make wings! No!
Oh yeah, the homunculus is like desperately trying to like wave the vapors away from your face. Oh
wait.
man. Good
Idea coming. Bag of skunks to throw.
All right, why don't you roll a sleight of hand with advantage because everybody's puking and like trying to flee the vomit room to see if you can grab a skunk.
Okay, well, that was a really horrible roll the first time. And 9 is my best roll.
I will say you capture was it Henry was the one you were using before? The earliest one, the used up skunk who is exhausted because he can't get away. He's so tired. He's just been laying in the cage. He just looks at you when you pick him up, like a little help me kind of a expression across his face. He does not fight you.
Feed you. We'll feed you. Yes. You be friend? Just don't give me one that comes near us.
Yeah, he doesn't fight you as you pocket this skunk. Please add one skunk currently tired to your inventory.
Has a level of exhaustion.
Has everyone left this area?
There are a couple of kobolds who have gone to get buckets and mops and things from the kitchen-y area. So they're not really paying attention. They're running back and forth. Is there something you would like to do?
I would like to tell everybody to leave this space and do a word of radiance. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I just want to burn off the stink.
Perfect. As people have kind of dispersed from the area, you can cast word of radiance and fry all of the vomit.
Well, the aerosol as well. Just burn it all off so that everybody can come back and have fun because she doesn't have many cheerful days and she's laughing so hard. She can hardly utter her word of radiance. She's laughing so hard.
What was the skunk's name? Charlie?
I think it was Henry was the used one.
Henry was the first one and Charlie was the second one.
Yeah, you grabbed Henry, who was exhausted from being squished twice. 3 times. All right. Yes. So Helixina, you are able to purify the room and it actually doesn't smell that much anymore. Like it's pretty good. There's still little like hint of an odor in some corners. But it's, honestly, doesn't it always smell a little bad in this room?
A little bit.
The children cheer and run back in. They're all hungry for some reason. They go over to the mushroom pies and start grabbing them up and eating mushroom pies. Tokolo,
they might be a little burnt.
I think they're still good. Still good. I mean, it's a very low kind of a standard here. And Tokolo too comes out. And he goes, "All right, so that didn't work so good, but I got plan B. He goes behind where the crates were, and he lifts up a giant pinata that is shaped like a rat. And
Okay.
he goes and with the help of some of the other kobolds, they like bring it up a step ladder, they fix it to the ceiling, so there is this pinata hanging there. And he's like, all right, pinata time. So all right, who's up for some pinata time? Brindlecap. All right, Gax. Okay.
I gotta sit this one out. I'm not feeling so good. I'm just gonna take a rest on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Snacked out. Snacked out.
I like Snow. She wants to do too. Elders go first.
A couple just to say before that happens, some of the elders pass around some special concoctions from the kitchen, like little cocktail kind of things, which they hand one to you, Tokolo 3, they hand one to you, Snack, and once you take a couple sips, your hit points go right back up to normal. It is invigorating. Whatever beautiful magical concoction this is, it has healed you so that you can continue. The owner, or so not owner, the great leader, Gev Rumblethorn, just pats the two of you on the back and said, well, that was great fun. I want you to enjoy the festival day, though. Are you muted, Dave?
Yeah, okay. Good times. Thanks for the drink.
You know, back in my day, we had this, you know, the Founders' Day of 703 was amazing. We vomited everywhere. Oh, it just brings me back. Feel young again.
Snack will
Celestina
have
rolls her eyes at this because she's known this man forever, and he's as big a fool now as he always was. So she's just rolling her eyes.
Oh yeah.
Snack will have taken a little sip to feel a little better, and then like fake sleeping just to get out of conversing with him.
Oh, he's all tuckered out. It's just you and me, Toklo 3. He puts his arm around you.
Yes, sir. Tell me more about the puking.
Yeah, he rambles on and on and on and on.
You just see a tear rolling down Tokla 3's face as he realizes that he's trapped. This is one of the best traps I've ever seen. No offense. I'm gonna try to stealth away at the
Go
first
ahead.
chance. First chance I get, he's gonna try to stealth. 14.
Oh yeah. He doesn't even realize you leave. He is still talking with his arm around the chair as he's watching Toklo 2 set up this rat pinata. So by the time that this has happened, the rat pinata is firmly affixed to the ceiling. They've removed the ladder, and Toklo 2 has handed out a couple of poles, and he gives one to Brindlecap the Strange and one to Gax. And the two of you, let's have you roll for initiative to see who gets to go first.
20.
Oh yeah, it's your turn to go first, Brindlecap. So what I'm going to have you do is, do you have? Well, I am going to have you do Do you have like a pole arm or like what kind of proficiencies do you have? Simple weapons. Okay, I mean, I would say it's like a staff. You could do a simple weapon, so you can use your proficiency bonus to attack. Please attack this rat pinata. And add your proficiency.
Okay, I'm trying to find my proficiency.
It is at the top middle of your character sheet.
Oh, yeah. Eight.
Swing and a miss. You're not used to attacking with this particular item. And as you look at it, you're pretty sure that it is a broom handle that's been unscrewed.
Question real quick. Would this be a strength-based check?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Gax. If you have a simple weapons, you can add your proficiency bonus or a found weapon. You can add that to it. Otherwise, please
I have a
attack the
quarter
rat.
staff. Can I use that?
I will
Or-
let you, if you want to switch out the pole for your quarterstaff, please roll a sleight of hand to see if you can get away with swapping out the broom handle for that.
9.
Not quite. One of the children sees you try to swap it out and they go, "Hey, she's cheating."
Right, all right. So what should I be rolling then for this? Unarmed
see.
strike?
Yeah, I mean, you can roll strength or unarmed strike and then add your proficiency bonus if you have simple weapons or found weapon.
Okay, well, it started out as a 1. Plus proficiency bonus is 3. Strength is 2. So 5.
Did you roll a 1 for your attack?
I rolled a 1, yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Straight
you wildly swing and just narrowly hit Brindlecat. Brindlecat, please roll a dexterity saving throw as this broom handle comes straight for your face.
Four.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry.
no,
I did not mean to do that.
Please roll a d4 worth of damage from your friend.
I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. 2.
Please take 2 points of damage as from friendly fire.
And possibly a little bit of skunk smell wafts over you because I pocketed a little bit of it in my cloak.
Can you keep like a stink of? All
I mean,
right,
I
never mind.
tried. I kind of
Boss.
cupped it a little bit, as I left.
Of course you did.
Perfect. I love it.
I was going to use it later, but it just happened to come out. I feel bad. I'm so sorry, Brindlecap.
All right, Brindlecap, it is your turn.
Did Halixina want it in on this?
Oh, did you want to
Yes.
rat pinata?
Oh, no. This is too entertaining. Go ahead. She says this because she is not terribly fond of Brindlecap and she kind of wants to see his ass get kicked by Gax.
I mean, he has a nice like little red welt across like his forehead from where he got smacked with the stick.
Squelch! Bubble! And what was Squelch just kind of falls apart and a peridot lands in Brindlecap's hand. He puts it away and goes and touches his armor and infuses it with armor of might.
Okay.
So he can now add his intelligence bonus to his strength.
Perfect.
Intelligent modifier to a strength check or strength saving throw. As a reaction, would it be knocked prone, where it can expend a charge to not be knocked prone. So I've got 6 charges. And is this a strength check? Would this be a strength check?
Sure.
Okay.
It's a fine science, guys.
All right. So my proficiency bonus plus now 2, so plus 4. That's a 14.
Perfect. Yeah. You hit this rat pinata with a big crack. Please roll a d6 of damage.
Five.
Oh yeah. So, you let crack this huge rat pinata, and you hear it break, and from inside comes streaming dozens of angry, confused rats. Because Toklo 2 has packed this rat pinata full of rats. And they just come streaming out of the pinata, squeaking. The other kobolds scream. There's running. It's another bit of mayhem. And the angry rats surge towards you all. Bent on attacking the people who put them in a pinata and then hit them with a stick.
Instantly drop my club, my broomstick, and point at Brindlecap. Again, I'm very sorry for hitting you. And then I turn around and I kind of try to get away from the mouse rat thing.
Would all of you please roll for initiative within the D&D Beyond sheet?
13.
Perfect.
Jesus, Snack.
And actually, this is a great time, I think, to go to break. So we're gonna have about a between 5 and 10 minute break, so that people can take a quick restroom break and grab some drinks, and I can set up this encounter. Rat pinata.
This is great, Ashley.
I need to get a Kleenex. This is too good. Oh my god.
I'm loving this. I have not smiled and laughed this much in a long time.
Cheeks are hurting.
Yes.
I'm smiling so much.
Oh my gosh, my eyes. Just my eyes. I can't stop.
Awesome.
Flames.
We have vomiting. We have rats. We have cricket eating. We have children screaming. We have skunks spraying. What more can you ask
This is
for?
shaping up to be the best Founders Day ever.
Certainly memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, welcome. It's me, Ashley, Minnesota Muse, and I am ready for a rat battle.
Woo!
Just to recap briefly, there was a rat-shaped pinata that had been stuffed full of live rats who, when the rat pinata was cracked open, spilled forth angry and ready for revenge. The rats cascade downwards and at any available person nearby. You can vaguely hear Toklo too, who made the rat pinata, go, "Oh, that's not how I thought this was gonna go."
Yeah, you really botched this one too.
So, as the rats flood from this pinata, Snack, you have rolled really well. What are you going to do?
Always on edge and prepared. And I'll run forward a little bit to kind of the edge of, I'm guessing it's a little kind of downward step.
Mm-hmm.
And I will kind of move my hands in front of my snout, and then I'm gonna kind of roar and cast burning hands to make it look like I'm breathing fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
So it's a 15-foot cone, kind of aiming to, maybe get like this guy for sure. Probably that one.
Okay.
I don't know how far it'll reach, so I'll let you kind of decide what gets hit.
Yeah, I think you could finagle it so you could get this rat, and this rat in your cone.
Was that you got to hold the click?
Oh, I did. Do you see it?
Oh,
Do you
I
not
didn't see it. Nope.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
Hey,
so
when
you can get
when they
three-
burn up, I'll know which one I got.
Okay.
All
right.
So they get a dexterity save of 13 to half the damage.
Okay. All right. So let me roll for the rat. Oh, one of them skips out of the way. Second one does not. So two of them do not. One of them just jumps to the side as this blaze comes down on them, and two of them are in the direct path of it. How much damage?
So if they failed, they take 13 damage. If they succeeded, they'll end up taking 6.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, all three rats just like fizzle to a crisp. As they don't seem to have more than 6 hit points.
Aha!
On a moment, I am on the wrong level. Perfect. Oh, that's why you couldn't see, because I was on the wrong level. Here we go.
Aha,
this one,
there we go.
this
Yes.
one, and this one.
Oh,
I am on to roll 20.
and that is gonna be it for my turn, actually. So I'll call it there.
Yeah, the little kobolds behind you, the children all cheer. Your cheering squad is thrilled. 6, 7, 5. Okay. Hold on a second. Oh, that's
Yeah, Snack can play to a crowd.
Apparently so. Nicely done.
Proud of kids.
hold on
Hey,
a second.
they're harsh critics.
That's a burn right there, Gax. Way to go. High five.
I call that a sick burn, Gak style.
Hey, Blackburn, you just spoke. Oh.
All right, Helixina, you see Snack run forward and flame a couple of these rats. There are more rats, and they're heading towards Brindlecap and Gax and a gaggle of cheering children, Kobold children that are behind everyone, who are now not afraid because they think Snack is a mighty dragon.
So Helixina looks at Snack and just gives a nod like, you've learned well. And she reaches out and she's going to use Sacred Flame on the one nearest to Gax.
Okay.
And so they need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is... they got a 9.
Yeah, that doesn't do it. So they're going to take 1d8 damage.
All right. Please go ahead.
That'd be a 6.
Oh yeah, that does it. That rat. How would you like to dispose of your rat?
I think that the flame's going to come down, and she's going to sort of direct the flame so that the head gets burnt, because she's trying to save the body for a meal later.
It's just roast it gently. So
yes, and so her plan is to go back and pick up the remainder of the rat and take it for a meal later on.
Perfect.
Raised.
Yes. With that level, you are able to slow roast this rat to delicious goodness, and it is no more a threat. All right. So that leaves Gax. The rat before you is roasted to a fine crisp. What do you do?
Right. Well, I will redirect to the next closest one and attempt animal friendship. I know you meant well, Helixina. Not mad. So it's wisdom saving throw.
Okay, all right.
If I can get one.
Okay, yes. Let me do that. 8.
He did not, or she did not make it. So I will put my hand down and say, come on, little buddy. And I'll let him come up and put him in my hood.
Like that big compared to you.
Oh, all right.
Come on, little buddy.
This guy is no longer a threat. He's not dead, but I'm just gonna put a little net on him to show that he is gone. Actually, I'm gonna take him off the board, put him to the side, because he is now happily in your pocket.
24 hours.
You have a little
Hope
rat
I
friend.
remember.
You too can have a rat friend if you just con them for 24 hours. All right. Toklo 3.
Toklo 3 is gonna race in, jumping off this ledge. Brindlecap, look out, my friend! And he's gonna race forward, brandishing 2 daggers, and he is going to try to skewer the first rat in front of him with a dagger attack.
All right.
Let's see. This is the first time I've ever played a rogue, by the way, so I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, don't you hate rogues?
I have in fact, I do have a bit of a bias against rogues. So at some point, he'll probably stab himself. Or just totally fail. 11 to hit on the first one.
That hits. It's a rat. They don't have
my
armor.
Gosh. Okay, so that means I get my damage plus, that's shit. So that's 5, and then I do get a D6 sneak attack damage. So 2 more, so a total of 7.
Oh gosh. Yeah, these rats have like 3 or 4 hit points. So
Okay.
how do you dispatch your rat with a 7?
I skewer in with the first dagger, and as I pull it out, it's just covered in rat goo, and he just licks his dagger, and then with his offhand, he jabs the other one, and this one does not get my bonus to dex, I believe. So it's just going to be proficiency. So, oh, that's good though. That's a 16. I do not get sneak attack, I'm pretty sure, on this one, but it does do a total of 6 damage on the second one.
Oh yeah, that takes the other rat out as well.
Pretty good.
Still fresh with blood and saliva, you stab a dagger into the second rat, and you now have a fresh dead rat on a dagger stick.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Is that the one? Oh yeah, good.
Yeah,
Couldn't resist.
Excellent reference.
Yes.
perfect. Alrighty.
It's applicable.
Is Brindlecap's turn.
Brindlecap
All rolled better than the rats.
reaches back and pulls out this thing that at one time probably was a crossbow, but now there's little like glowing fungus and gears and levers and pulleys and things, and he goes, "Hey, all right, Vera," and he fires at the closest rat, which is the one straight ahead of him.
Did you name that Feyre?
Vera.
Vera. Okay. I just for a minute.
13. No, I wouldn't name it after your character, Ash.
Is it this one is what you were going for?
Yep, 13 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That would be 10 points of damage.
God. How would you like to completely decimate your rat?
Well, when I fire, instead of a normal crossbow bolt coming out, it's just this glowing, like, greenish orange energy that comes out and strikes the rat straight in its forehead and, like, crackles along its skin and then dissipates into nothing.
That sounds terrifying.
Yes, Vera! Vera! And I'm taking a second shot because
Okay.
I have it's a repeating shot.
Oh, okay.
And that would be 10 to hit.
Yep.
And another 10 points of damage. And again,
God.
the greenish orange energy streaks out and hits this rat here
Oh yeah.
and just
The rat
explodes it.
explodes. Yeah, it just like little bits of rat gore and just splatter everywhere. That is too much damage for a rat.
And
It's not even good for roasting anymore.
can I do an intimidation as a free action?
You could certainly try.
Stay away! Oh my god, I rolled a 19.
Yeah, a
with a
couple of the
+2.
rats in front get a little confused. And though they do not speak Kobold, they don't want to explode. Yeah. All right. So
Ash, I
of
don't
the
know if you saw, but you have 5 advantages to use from Fantasy
thanks.
Animal
What?
Vegan.
Oh my gosh. See, finally I'm in the DM seat and these are for me.
Yep. Yep.
It feels so good.
No mercy.
All right. All right. So, of the rats that remain, which thankfully I had enough. The ones in the back didn't quite see what's going on. They're still angry. They're confused. They run forward to attack.
No.
I will say only the ones in the front really saw what was happening. I'll move some of these dead carcasses to the side because it's getting messy in here.
And
We're gonna
Ashley,
eat
I'm
those
sorry.
later.
I moved
Oh, yeah.
Squelch off to the side because he's not here anymore.
Don't take my dinner. Don't take
sure.
my dinner.
They're still there. They're just, like in the background. All right. So these guys are not going to attack Brindlecat because they saw what happened. 5, 10, 15, 20.
See what's happening here.
Yeah. So they can reach. A couple of these can reach Gax. A couple are going to attack Brindlecat because they didn't see what happened. And then a few of them are going to be attacking Tokolo 3. So let's start over here with an attack on Gax. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. So 4 does not hit Gax, does it?
No.
The rat gets confused. It runs up at you, just squeaking, and like it kind of crawls over your foot, but it doesn't actually bite you. It's just confused. This little guy over here is going to try to bite Gax as well.
You do
That
have
one
5
is a 13 to
advantages.
13. Oh, you know what? I should use an advantage, shouldn't I? Let me roll with advantage. Oh, yeah. There we go. 18. Does 18 hit you?
Yes, it does.
All right. Then, let's see. These guys hardly hit. Like, they just do nothing. All right. Melee weapon. Take 1 damage as you get bit with a rat. I don't even get to roll. Rats, man.
I just saved
Could've
one
done
of
a
your
rat
friends.
swarm.
Rats.
You see that one
Um,
back there? Do I have? I wonder if I have it. Do I have that rat like still on my person? That's my friend, or did I send it back out of the way?
It's you put it in your coat, I think, or your bag.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's chilling.
Okay. I'd be
Suddenly
like,
not freaked out. It's just like, you know what? It's found some kind of a mushroom in your bag and it's starting to
oh,
eat
no. All right. He's gonna be no help to me. All right.
it. This little guy is going to take a whack at Brindlecap with advantage, because why not? 18.
Yeah, that hits today.
Okay. Yeah, it launches up at you, bites your leg for 1 point of damage. This guy over here is going to run at Tokolo 3. And I'll do it with advantage. Does 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sinks its teeth into your big toe. And you take 1 point of damage. Let's see. I'll roll this one straight. Does 12 hit you?
No, it does not. I kick it in the teeth.
Yeah, he skitters back a couple feet. Does 14 hit you?
It just hits.
All right. You take an additional 1 point of damage as
Ow!
this one runs up your leg and just bites into your arm. Okay. It is top of the round.
Snack is gonna on the edge here. I think there are a bunch of pebbles, and I'm gonna like grab a handful. And
Mhm.
while I'm running over, I'll actually run off behind, and will cast Magic Stone on a couple of the big pebbles. And I'm going to throw one at I think
this one right here next to Toklo 3.
Okay. Sounds good.
So it is a 22 to hit, I guess.
That would hit. Certainly would.
For 9 points of damage. That's a particularly sharp rock.
Man, that rock just like hits the rat and just doesn't leave. It just crunches into the rat and it like rolls to the side. That was quite heavy.
I hate it.
Good one,
And that'd be it.
Snack. Good one.
Helixina, what you do?
She's wondering how she's going to get down from this. How tall is this ledge here?
They're not very tall. They're all, I would say, it's sort of a difficult terrain, but it's not really that high. It's kind of an incline.
Okay, because she's elderly, I want to make sure she can get down in there.
Roll for wheelchair.
So I think Helixine is she's gonna kind of get just like right down in here.
You got
and
it.
she's gonna do.
It's even wheelchair accessible, I promise.
Excellent. I like that. And she is actually going to do a word of radiance on all the creatures of her choice, which are all of them except for the one that's closest to Brindlecap. So all of the rats except the one that's closest to Brindlecap, because she just saw him waste all of that food by destroying them, and he was just irritating her even further. So she was just like, I can't even with you. And so she doesn't say anything. She's just, looking around, and she's looking at all these little rats except for that one that's closest to Brindlecap. And she's going to speak the word of radiance and say, dinner's on. And,
Oh yeah.
and gives the nod for the word of radiance.
Is that a 2-hit spell that you're using then? Or is it a spell that they have to do a saving throw against?
It is. They have to have succeed on a Constitution saving throw, take 1d6 damage.
I was asking because you're within 5 feet of someone else, and we have pack tactics.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about pack tactics.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you to do the pack tactics.
No,
like you have
shouldn't.
to just do them. Like you're in charge of you. Okay, so you were saying that I need to make what kind of save?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Oh, I get a -1 to those because rats are great. Okay. I got a 10, a 19, so one saved, a natural 1, a 7, an 11, and what's the last one? Another natural 1. So one of them saved. Is there half damage, or is it? Do they?
No.
They evade it. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I will say, how about this one that's a little further away? That one made it, and then you said one close to Brindlecap made it.
Yeah, I didn't. I because I get to choose which one. So the one that's closest to him, I didn't choose the spell to affect that one.
Perfect. There is light streams out from your little kobold hands, and multiple rats just burst into radiant flame. You can smell their little fur singeing and the sweet, sweet smell of rats cooking. And now there are only 2 left. Gex, it is your turn. There are 2 rats left. And of course, the rat in your pocket.
Of course, the rat, which is not on the table for being killed.
It is busily like eating and like if it were more human, it would like give you a thumbs up. Like it's cool.
I got nothing rare in there right now. He can eat away. I can see the drool on Helixina's, she's getting excited about eating these rats, so I will forego any necrotic damage I was going to do.
Ooh.
And I will step forward to get the rat that is right down here, this one.
Okay. Go for it.
And pull out my quarterstaff and take a swing. And so pack tactics means we get advantage on the attack roll. Good. Yeah, that's great. 21.
Oh yeah,
that little guy. And smashed him into tomorrow with a 10 damage.
Yeah. Oh man, you just like send that little rat flying across the room, and it hits one of the tables, and it is no more.
Ashley, I don't know if you noticed, but you got 5 more advantages from Fantasy Animal Vegan. I don't know if it's going to play out in this particular encounter, but you've got 5 more.
I mean, clearly this deadly rat battle, thanks D&D Beyond, was not deadly enough. Like I need to up my game, and I've got some other encounters later on that I think might be, in fact, far more deadly. But you guys are so tough. Look, we got one rabid little rat left. I mean, it's technically not rabid. They're delicious and juicy, and you eat them later.
So
but
healthy.
we only got one left. And by the way, thank you, Fantasy Animal Vegan. You're amazing. All right.
Ogre rats.
Tokolo 3. There's one rat left on the board.
All right. Tokolo 3 is going to race forward, sheathing both daggers, and is going to race in for a grapple.
You gonna wrestle a rat?
I'm going to ride this rat.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to roll. What am I rolling here? What do you want me to roll, Ashley?
Is that a strength check?
Sure.
Is that what a grapple is?
Yeah. I think it's probably an athletics versus
against the rats.
Yeah, so the rat can roll on acrobatics or athletics, I think is the way it works.
I'm going to roll with advantage.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You got 5 of them.
I don't have that luxury, but I'm going to roll. Here we go. Oh, a 7.
The rat gets an 11.
And he gets thrown off. Like
actually, the rat drags you a couple of feet to the side as you like try to bucking bronco this thing. But you are not able to hold on in this rat rodeo. All right. Brindlecap.
Seeing what my friend Toklo did, Brindlecap pounds his fists together and magical energy runs up his arms and back, and he runs towards the rat, putting his crossbow away, and attempts to grapple the rat with his armor of strength.
The rat lets out a little squeal of panic.
So that's 12.
Okay. 14. The rat squeezes through your grip, fearful, large eyes, as I was going to give it a free action to madly move away a little bit. Maybe I'll put him there. Give him a 5-foot step of panic.
Oh, that's the worst place he could have gone.
It's a rat. He doesn't know that.
Rat.
Everybody's just trying to give him a hug.
He's so darn slippery.
Grease
Which
rat.
is the rat's
grease.
turn.
I want that one for rat toss.
Seeing all of this terrifying kobolds trying to wrestle him and catch him and ride him, he is going to run at Gax, and he is going to attempt to hide under her cloak, just to like get in there and weasel in there. And I'm gonna give him a dex roll to see if he can climb under your cape. No. This rat just runs up you and is holding you, or holding on to you. You've just got a rat attached to you. And that's its move.
Don't swing, you guys. Don't swing. It's not going to go well for either of us, I think.
Helixina, the last rat is attached to Gax. What would you like to do?
I
Actually,
want it. I just keep thinking about dinner. We have plenty of rats cooked already, so I don't feel the need. And I think it might be a pregnant mama rat, which means more rats for dinner later. So I don't want to kill this rat. And I know Gax is going to be friends to it. So I'm going to try to reach out, grab the rat by the tail so that I can hand it to Gax. That's what she'd like to do. Because she's thinking about future dinner times.
Are you going to use Dex or animal handling?
Probably for her, probably. I guess it really does. Oh, animal handling. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll use animal handling. Yep. And that would be a 10.
Okay. You.
Oh, and I don't know. Does pack tactics work here?
Yeah.
Since you're grabbing it, sure.
14.
Yes. You successfully grab onto this rat by its tail.
And I'm gonna hand it to Gax and say, "Take care of her for me. She looks healthy."
All right.
The rat meets your eyes, Gax.
Animal friendship. Again. If it's my turn, I'll pet it until then.
I'm just gonna say, since that's the last rat on the board, that will allow you to go out of the turn order, and you may cast animal friendship on the rat, and
You're safe now, buddy.
you can put it in. You have now a pair of rats in your bag,
That's right.
happily eating the same mushroom, and talking about their PTSD.
You know what happens when you put two rats together in a bag, don't ya? Huh?
That's right.
More rats.
Breakfast.
I think that's what Helixina had in mind. I don't mind either. I mean, I got plenty in there for them to eat. I live kind of far, so I got some snacks in there besides some mushrooms. They'll be good. We'll get plenty. They'll be juicy.
Oh man, you guys. With
They're fighting over the last mushroom in my backpack right now. Oh,
feel them running back and forth.
Yeah.
So now that the rats have all been taken care of, some of the kids run out and pick up pulverized rats. A few of them are throwing some of the rat bits that Brindlecap just exploded at each other. and a few of the more adult type kobolds are picking up the nicely cooked and slaying rats and bringing them over the kitchen to maybe finish up some of the preparation. It's better than the skunk battle.
Speak for yourself.
I think we're heroes.
Helixina does pick the one up at the feet and puts it in her bag.
Oh yeah, you
later.
Yeah,
so
right.
Midnight,
You got a
midnight snack. I mean, sorry,
hear me
snack.
out. I think we
treat.
saved the Warren. I think we're heroes.
Brindle Cap is just going up to the ones that he exploded and going, skull. I can use these.
The little kobold children are all cheering. This is the best Founders ever. They a few of them have made like a ring and they're holding hands and dancing around Snack. Who he breathed fire as far as they're aware of, and only mythical dragons do that, and they're 6, so it's as close as they're gonna get. All right. Now that things have kind of wound down, is there anything you would like to do?
Toklo 3 is... Oh, go ahead, Gax.
Oh, you go.
I was just going to say Toklo 3 would definitely want to have a conversation with Toklo 2 about what just happened.
That's exactly what Gax was going to want to ask, too.
Yeah. Gax and 3 will go over and talk to 2.
Brindle Cap's going to come with 2 going, how'd you get them all in there? What'd you do?
Yeah, actually, it wasn't that hard. You just do them one at a time, and then you got it. The trick is to weave the hole closed.
Oh.
I mean,
2. I can call you 2, right?
Maybe a spring-loaded
I guess.
door.
What did you think was gonna happen? They were mad.
I mean, I guess I thought they would be less angry.
Well,
but,
I mean, we got 2 for pets and we got lots of dinners. So, I mean, I think we all ended up on the positive on this in the end. But
right? I mean,
I got bit.
I was thinking it was going to be really bad there for a minute, but it was actually amazing. And everybody's so happy. Look at the children. They're dancing.
Hey, yo, look, you're lucky we was all here to take care of your screw up, pal. And don't you think for 1 minute I'm not going to tell Ma and Pa about what you done.
You're just sore that I beat you at the cricket eating.
Yeah, a little bit. That's true. But you and your rats, pal, I've warned you about this rat fetish you got. Huh?
What? All right. How can I buy you off? Would you like a skunk?
Yeah, actually, I would. Charlie would be nice. That'd be great, actually. Where is that skunk?
All right. He just walks off to the skunk cage and grabs one of them by the tail. It kind of waves at you, or it looks like it waves. Maybe it's spasming a little bit. He hands you the skunk by the tail.
Good trade, too. You're off the hook this time, but you pulled that kind of shenanigans again, and we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll just see when they have a vote next year about who's gonna be in charge of the festivities, whether or not they pick me.
Well, I think it's gonna be the Skitter Snap heroes who are gonna be picked to guard the Warren. That's my prediction. We'll see.
Them some big words. We'll see. I mean, you are pretty good at catching rats, though. Maybe you could do a hunting party next time. They work pretty good together.
Skitter Snap heroes don't sound too bad. If you put the S and the H together, we could call ourselves SH, right?
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Gax, you
Yeah.
got away with words, Gax. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
can
mushrooms.
just see it now. People yelling, shh, wherever you go. Quietest battle cry ever.
That tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so the festivities kind of go out into the night, and some of the kobolds bring out some fermented spirits and pass those around. And people are drinking and kobolds are dancing, and the children have mostly fallen asleep wherever they are. So like there's one that's like draped across a chair, and like another one that's just like starfished out in the middle of the room, and like three of them have like curled up together in a little ball in the corner. So as the night winds down, is there anything you would like to do before toddling off to bed?
Check on the rats. Make sure they're not too, the ones in my backpack, that they're not like too inebriated. The mushrooms that I have in there, or overfed, or barfing, or anything.
Like they do seem very full. Their little rat stomachs are swollen and they are sleeping it off.
Okay.
Are any of those mushrooms like special?
I think I probably brought some with, but I ate them on the way there. So there are no
alright.
special ones in there.
They're just
at
full
this
then.
time. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You have two sleeping rats that will probably remain that way for, you said, 24 hours.
24 hours. Pinata 1 and 2.
Perfect. Anyone else?
Helixina is going to go about the room and pick up bits and bobs, stuff that people maybe fell out of their pockets, or leftovers from the table, things that she thinks she might be able to use in a potion or later on, and nothing that's valuable, nothing that she thinks somebody would want back. And she's just going to kind of walk about and kind of pick over the room because it's been abandoned, and there's been a party, so there's stuff left over.
Oh yeah, I mean you can find a handful of random stuff, like a spool of thread and a needle and an acorn for some reason, and a little vial of pepper that someone else has left out.
Oh, this will be delightful on my snack later.
Everybody knows that peppered rats are a delicacy. All right, perfect. And with that, you are some of the last stragglers to wander back to your beds in the burrows. Helixina, are you sleeping within the warren? You have a place in the warren?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, but it's maybe further away from the other rooms.
Okay.
Or little area. She has her own little area.
Okay. Yes. So you all split up and go to your separate rooms. You are housed with other kobolds. Many of you are. Helixina, I believe you're kind of off by yourself. You found a nice little corner that is unoccupied, that is clean and warm, and it's just a little bit further lower down the warren than some of the other ones are. And you all rest your kobold heads after a long, exciting Founders Day. And please, everybody, take a long rest. You can get your spells back. And wake up refreshed.
Get your hit points back. Thanks,
And
rats.
yes, yeah, get your hit points back if you actually took damage from the rats.
One.
No reason.
I took damage from someone else. Gax.
I told you I was sorry about that. That was an accident. I can rub a little salve on there if you'd like.
All right.
All right.
So as you blink into consciousness, you hear someone shouting down the warren. Help! Help! Well, we've been robbed! Intruders!
Gax will jump up.
Yeah.
Scramble
Run
that
out
way,
there.
I guess.
Yeah.
Reluctantly.
All right.
Reluctantly.
You head out into the narrow tunnels, and you see one of the smaller kobolds running up, and they're like, "Oh, the treasure room! The treasure room's been robbed!" And he goes, "Oh, Helixina, please help!" And he grabs your hand by the wrist, Helixina, and he's dragging you towards the treasure room.
I have to go with.
Okay.
Come along, come along.
Squelch is back. I took the infusion off the armor and I created Squelch again.
The Skitter Snap heroes are here. We'll take care of it, kid.
Okay. As you enter, you see Tokolo 5 and Tellum have been badly beaten. Tokolo's arm is broken. He's got blood on the side of his face. Tellum has some other nasty bruises. They clearly need medical attention.
I'll race up to 5. Oh, 5. 5, you okay, buddy? Are you okay?
It was so scary. They were so big. And
What happened?
they have weapons. And he just starts to cry.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. He just kind of pats his head.
And Tellum looks at you, Helixina, and says, They took the big egg.
Oh no.
And
No.
you look around and the room is a little messy. The way that they would display magical and or special things in this room of relics is a little cluttered. However, you can clearly see like a little circle where like the big egg had rested, where like there's a dust ring around it, but like no egg there. And it looks like maybe a few other things have been taken as well.
Tell us what did they look like? What did they say?
They're so big and weird looking, and they had swords, and one of them did magic.
What did they look like?
Well, they didn't look like us. Though they were, big people.
Have you seen them before?
No! I don't go out of the Warren! Like, we don't have any big people in the Warren!
What did they say?
Like, die, Kobold scum! And then everything went dark.
Excellent. Look for
Toklo,
footprints.
Toklo, what did you see? What did you hear?
Well, I saw a big fist come and it hit me. And then I passed out.
No help, no help.
Poor little guy. Toklo, 5. Hey, it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay. We're here
yeah.
now. We're the Skittersnap heroes, you know.
You're
but
a hero? When did
well,
that
yeah,
happen?
it just happened last night. It's all, you know. But I gotta ask you an important
missed
question.
it?
I gotta ask you an important question.
Yeah.
Did they take the lint ball?
He goes down and he checks his pockets and he pulls out the lint and he looks and he goes, no.
Oh, good.
I don't think it did nothing.
3 grabs the lint and just drops 5, just like lets him go and he just hits the ground. We got to do something about this egg, yeah?
We do.
Yeah,
We
let's
do.
go find it.
You all know, like, the egg is said to have, like, a lucky property, a magical property that has, as far as you know, protected the Warren. This is why you have all been so safe and prosperous, was the boon of the egg. And now it's gone.
Are there tracks? Is there any sign of these big people?
Why don't you do an investigation roll?
Oh, I'm not so good at that. Anybody want to help me look around for tracks?
So Snack will help. Snack will help you.
All
Thanks,
right,
buddy.
then please
Hey,
roll
hey,
with
hey.
advantage for help.
No hard feelings about that whole skunk incident, yeah? We're good?
Don't worry. I let you win.
Okay, we're good then. I like your style. 7 and a 15, and you said investigation. 17 total.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can it's not hard to find boot prints in the dirt of the cave when no one else wears boots.
Mm-hmm.
So following these big people prints, you can see some of them enter in, and then you can clearly find them entering out. It looks like maybe on the way out, the footprints are a little deeper because they were carrying heavy objects.
It looks like they went that way.
They
Let's
can't have
go
gotten
get them.
far. It's just happened, didn't it? How long do you think it's been since you got punched and kicked and stuff?
I don't really know because I was unconscious, but I mean it was last night, right? I haven't been asleep for like more than one night, right?
Founder's Day was weeks ago.
Oh God, you guys!
No. You're fine. And Brindlecap just like looks around for what Toke had said, where the footprints, and just starts walking, pulls out the crossbow, walking. Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
Please do tell me how you are tracking these footprints. Are you doing an investigation roll? Are you doing you can get creative if you want to see if something else will work.
Squelch, track.
Okay.
Squelch is going to use his perception, which is +4, better than mine.
All right. Yeah.
Nice.
You point
I
to
think
the footprints and say track.
Toko would kind of smell the footprints and see if he can use the scent as a guide, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah. They do smell different.
I love my dice. I just rolled a 19 again. So that would be a 23.
Oh, yeah. With the 23, and Dave, do you want to roll too?
Yeah, 14 total.
14. Okay. Yeah, the two of you together are able to follow the tracks led by this blobby homunculus. And you would think that the tracks would go out the front entrance, but they do not. the tracks go down into the tunnels. The dark
deep
tunnels So let me explain a little something. So below the Kobold occupied caverns of your home, there are abandoned tunnels. Occasionally, the community bands together to expand the territory of the Warren and clears out additional caves as your Warren grows. A well-known fact, Snack actually was lost once down in the maze-like expanse of tunnels, but he did manage to get his way back out. It's unusual for something foreign to come up from the tunnels, because there are dangerous things below that do not like the light. In that respect, you kind of treated your Warren as if there's only one entrance, the entrance to the outside, and you don't even really guard the tunnels because nothing comes up from the tunnels. But these adventurers' footprints come out of and go back down into the darkness.
Not great. That is not great where those footprints go.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
I think it's fine. Let's go.
Snack. Look, I heard some stories about like when you were lost and everything, and well, weren't you down there in the darkness, and what'd you see down and all that kind of thing, and like what's down there, and are we what the heck could have come up?
Snack would have gotten a little wild-eyed, and at the Toklo questioning would kind of like grab him by the face and get like super up in his face, right like eye to eye, and be like, it's not what you can see. And just kind of kind of shaking a bit. He's this is gonna be scary.
Yeah, Snack, when you were down there in the dark, you could occasionally hear something large moving around down there. And only by, the grace of whatever Kobold deity there is and the smallness of your stature, you feel you were able to hide from whatever roamed the tunnels. But it was scary.
Yeah, I'll Snack will like kind of have his hand kind of at his chest a bit, and will keep kind of pawing at a little pocket. It's gonna be scary.
You're tapping at a pocket though?
Yeah. Snack had come back with like a little, it looked like a stone. Everybody would have seen it at one point. It's kind of his worry stone. Like it's like a really smooth, not shiny black stone. And yeah, he just kind of always kept it close and kept pawing at it. So that's kind of his relic of the deep that he kind of holds on to.
Toklo kind of recoils from having his face held like that and like freaking him out. He kind of turns to the rest of the group and he just looks at Brindlecap and Gax and Helexina, and he just says, whatever happens down there, we gotta look out for each other, because I don't want to end up like this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a little, he's not all there.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with him. Nothing.
I think we're going to be fine.
Fine.
Because, I'm going to make it work. It's going to happen. You guys are going to call us that.
It's good branding. I like it.
At this moment, Gev Rumblethorn, the great leader of Snap, comes into the room. What's going on here? Where's the big egg?
Well, somebody
You-
stole it.
You idiot. It's gone.
Well, I know it's gone, but where?
It's been stolen.
Bonus action hide.
We'll go get it.
You'll go get it.
Yes.
Well,
It's just big people. They're fine. It's just...
he just kind of like recoils when you say big people. But so you're gonna go after the big people? All right. At first, you took care of those rats, and now the heroes of Skittersnap, you're gonna go defeat the big people and bring back the egg. He just pats Brindlecap on the shoulder, and then just pushes him towards the tunnel.
I don't suppose we get some of those cave crickets for walking food, could we?
Oh.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Or the rats.
Yeah, by now, you look behind Gev, and a gaggle of kobolds have all kind of surrounded the room, and they're looking in and they're watching what has happened. And some of the children have woken up and they're like, "Yay, snap, and they're cheering and like they're clapping, like, "Oh my gosh, so brave, so brave." And one of the kobold ladies has gone, and she has gathered together a pouch of crickets, and they're just passed forward to you guys, as they're all now expecting you to go after the big egg.
Come on, let's go.
You don't suppose we should help your sibling first,
Never.
Toklo?
Helixina has been tending to the injured parties while all of this commotion's been going on and all
Yeah.
this discussion. She's been, doing what she does.
Yeah, you're able to wrap up, bandage up their wounds, set Toklo 5's arm, and he looks like a pathetic Tiny Tim, but he'll probably be all right now.
Hey, 5, you goofy bonehead. I guess we'll see you later. Tell Ma and Pa. I'll be back when we're done being heroes.
Okay, that'll be great.
See ya.
His big eyes, like, good luck. They're terrifying.
I'm too old for this.
All right. So the 5 of you gather up your belongings as quickly as possible, so not to be too far behind on the trail of the thieves who have stolen the relic of your people. And you head on downward into the caves. Is there anything that you do to light the way, or to move silently, or
Do we need light?
so as you get further down, you realize very quickly that all of your nice spaces in the warren that are nice and warm and cultivated have luminescent mushrooms in them that you and your friends have grown. And as you get further down, these are not cultivated mushroom rooms. They are empty and barren, and there's long stretches of darkness.
Would it be possible to take some of those mushrooms as light sources with us?
They will last for a while, but as they have been plucked, they will begin to lose their bioluminescence.
Grindlecap picks up a stone, says, "Squelch! Open.
It
Feeds
opens
the stone,
its maw.
feeds the stone to Squelch for a moment, and there's a flash, and Squelch is glowing. It's drop, and a glowing stone is now in his hand because of magical tinkering. I've created a light source.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it barfs out a glowing light into your hand. It's sticky, but yeah, it works.
It works well. Look, and I stick it to the helmet. See?
It kind of slides down because it's more mucusy than adhesive.
I have to work on that part.
Your little homunculus like dances around with his mouth open, like, give me another, give me another.
Good stuff. Not right now. No. Soon.
Snack would have acted a little more brave, like to the cheers, but like as soon as hit the tunnel, is gonna be kind of a jittery mess and will cast false life on himself and be like just kind of really anxious and a little more jumpy at the random noises that occur down here.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Twitch chat Twitch chat, and I'm really happy to say I'm glad I've grossed out the okayest DM.
It's good, old-fashioned vomity fun here in the Kobold Warren. What's not to like? So.
Light.
Yeah, you are able to make a light source. If you grab a couple of mushrooms, bioluminescent mushrooms, they'll last about 4 hours before the light dissipates in their state, and then it will be dark again.
Kokolo would definitely grab some of that bioluminescence to take with.
Okay.
So would Helixina. That just seems like it makes sense. You're walking down the hall towards tunnels and just grab some as you're going.
Sure.
Makes sense. Just makes sense.
It's a sustainable light source, like you just pluck a couple and later you're gonna, grow a couple more. All right. So you begin downwards, and who's leading the way?
Snack has some experience and will reluctantly lead the way. At least I won't be tracking, I guess. If anyone else would like to track, like I'll kind of be like, the path I've taken. And I can only assume it's going to be that way for a little bit, but Snack could be up front if needed.
Gax is happy to go out. She'll see that Snack is nervous about this, and she'll come up. I can imagine you're probably pretty scared, based on what I've heard's happened to you before. I'm happy to go ahead, and I know for a fact there's some mushrooms down here that, somewhere down here anyway, that bring you a little bit of relaxation. I'll keep my eye out for them.
Okay.
Make you feel a little better anyway.
Okay.
So Gax will assume the front spot unless somebody else decides they want to go in front.
Helixina's elderly, so she's maybe moving a little bit slower than everybody else. She's probably going to be near the back.
Kokolo will not be near Helixina because he's terrified of them. Will will be somewhere near the front.
Okay.
Brindle
well,
Cap is walking near Helixina just because.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So it goes Gax, Snack, Tokolo, Brindle, Cap, Helixina, bringing up the rear.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. Gax, are you tracking then?
I'm
Okay.
decent at it.
Okay.
I,
Yeah.
I can assist up front too.
Yeah.
Are you-
And Snack, you'll find definitely these near the surface caves are very familiar to you. You did get lost, but you'll find some places will look more familiar to you than others because you have been down some of these caverns. As much as you would like to shut that out from your nightmares.
Yep. I can vague recollections, but I won't be much help, but just a little.
Gax, are you using survival or using what? How are you tracking down into the dark?
I would use survival.
Okay.
So I'd be tracking the footprints, and I'm also, like I mentioned, looking for those mushrooms that I know are
Sure,
down
like
here.
a
That'll
side
help
note.
Snack. Yeah, as a sidebar. Okay, so survival you would like?
Yeah.
25.
Oh yeah, it's so now that you've seen the tracks in your warren, it's currently easy for you to follow them down into the dark. And though you don't hear the culprits ahead of you, you are still able to follow the trail downwards. Is there anything any of the rest of you are doing to track or to assist or keep an eye out for?
Toklo would
I'm
be
just-
keeping an eye out for ambush or any sort of danger that might be in our path.
Okay, cool.
Helixina is listening for maybe potentially somebody sneaking up behind. So
Brindle Cap is just quietly humming to himself.
You get a disadvantage at stealth.
That's fine. Yeah.
All right. As you head downwards, there is it seems almost Tokolo 3. It seems almost like you're being followed by something as you get into the darkness. But it's hard to tell and it's hard to spot what it is.
Think there's something watching us.
From where? Where are you seeing this?
Can I tell what direction, Ash?
It's hard to tell. It's maybe because there's multiple branches of the cave. It's not. I mean, it's sort of coming from behind you, but maybe off to the side in one of these lesser used caves.
Over there.
It's kind of
Over there.
the noise is hard to describe. I will let Snack roll with advantage. What is this? How about a perception?
Awesome. Oh wow. 17. That's
Yeah, it's a familiar kind of squelching, crawling kind of a sound. It's not close, but like it feels like maybe it's getting closer.
Don't stop. Don't go near it.
All right. Why?
You don't want to know.
Now
What do we
I
do?
really want to know.
What do we do, Snack? What do we do?
Just we gotta just follow the trail. Hope it doesn't go that way. Towards the sound. Just everyone quiet. And maybe careful with the lights.
Light turns off.
Are you in darkness now, or you still got a
Well-
couple? You've still got a couple of mushrooms.
Yeah, mushrooms are a little better. It's okay.
It could be
Uh,
natural cave light. It could be bioluminescent mushrooms in these caves that are not being held by kobolds.
You
Be a
reckon,
little,
we
a
should,
little safer.
you reckon we should go a little faster to get away from it, or go slower? Be quiet. You've been out here.
Mm-hmm. I didn't move. I stayed still. So quiet? Maybe?
All right. I'll slow down so we can be super quiet.
Okay.
Are we still moving though? Are we still moving? Should we still move?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. You, in silence, you quietly sneak forward with low light, hopefully away from this squelching, crawling noise in the side tunnel. I would like you all to do a group stealth check. There's a reason why I said group.
Snack.
21.
Yeah, 17 for snack.
I got a 5.
I got a 4.
Oh,
11. 11 for me.
oh, that's all right. Yeah, all right. So Helixina for the win. As you make your way down these tunnels, the squelching noise seems to get further away. And you lose it in the silence.
That's it.
But
I'm
for
letting these
now.
rats out. These rats ruined this for me.
What the hell was that? Was that the thing? Was that your thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You did good. Snack, you did good.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys. This is probably a good place to end the night as you are edging ever closer, tracking the villains who stole the big egg, the sacred relic of your people, and narrowly avoiding some kind of squelching monster that dwells in the darkness beneath your warrens.
I love that
Um,
description.
Amazing.
So scary.
Amazing. That was so much fun.
Good. There is more time for more battles, but I am so glad that we got off to like a fun Kobold start. So we really got some personalities and some Kobold culture going on here. Because Kobolds are just not used enough. Like there's nothing to go by, which means they're an open playground of ideas.
Heck yeah.
But we will be back next Monday for a continuation of Oops All Kobolds. We find out what happens and if we will survive whatever
And how.
and if we will successfully return the big egg to the people. We will find out next time, maybe.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. So thank you all for joining us. We're going to go around once and say who we are and where you can find us. I am, of course, the DM, Minnesota Muse, Ashley, and you can find me on Tuesdays for Heroes of Greyhawk, where I'm playing a player, and it's a lot of fun. And then I'm going to hand this off to Dave. Where can we find you?
Oh, thanks, Ashley. First off, amazing first session. I'm so happy to be part of this awesome experience. So great work. Your first live stream, you did freaking awesome. That was super fun. Great group to play with. Of course, Shelly and Shannon. Thank you so much for being here. I'm looking at your I almost called you by your Kobold name because you're so damn believable. Oh, this was a lot of fun. My name's Dave, Dungeon Dave, DM Dave. I play games, produce games, and run games here on the Superior Adventures Guild, and I'll be running tomorrow night's Heroes of Greyhawk game. Super excited to jump back into that, so please come back and check that out. And yeah, just super jazzed to be here. I'm so glad I got a chance to play a Kobold. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mike.
I'm Mike, Madcap23, that Madcap23, anywhere. And I am super excited. This has been so much fun. As I said, I have not stopped smiling internally in playing these characters. Love playing the insane artificer. I will be running a what I call Monsters Hunting in November. So I think are we taking a break over Halloween, or is someone else between
it's
me
in
and
the
Ash?
works. We have nothing currently solid, but you know, you never know.
I got kids, so I can't do a Halloween adventure. I got to
totally
think about
fine,
trick or treating. But yeah, you can find me almost anywhere. I do 3D printing, I do costuming, I do stuff on D&D Beyond, where I've homebrewed spells and races and things like that. But yeah, I'm having an awesome time with Superior Adventures Guild, and Ashley is just a fantastic DM. Back to you, Ash.
Flattery will get you everywhere. All
yeah,
right,
I'm hoping I
Shelley.
get one of those points that you got.
Shelly here. Just wanted to say thank you, and it's been so fun tonight. I'm looking forward to the next 2 nights. And since you can find me really nowhere else, you'll find me here next Monday.
Yeah. All right, Tyler.
Hi everyone, Tythalanos here. Catch me on Twitch and Twitter, play games and generally nerd out. But again, I gotta echo everyone here. My face was hurting from all the smiling in the first half, and the second half I am now like almost nervous sweating it over here. Like it's a lot of fun. Ash, DM before was great. DMing live stream is great. You're doing a great job, and it's so excited for next week already.
Aw, thanks. Shannon.
What can I say that hasn't been said? Ash, this was so much fun. I'm so glad I got roped into it.
Good.
Like Shelly, you'll find me here, although I am on Twitter as at Poking the Hive. And thank you everybody for a good time. My face hurts from laughing so hard.
Excellent. So I guess I'm going to give it back over to Miko, who's I did first.
You did.
I'm greedy. First I did it. So now I can hand it back off to you, Miko, for anything for the channel.
Thank you, Miko.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. I've already switched over. It's been awesome seeing everybody here. It's been a bunch of Kobold madness up in this place. Great job to everyone. Dave, Shelly, Mike, Tyler, Shannon, especially you, Ash. I just have a few last words before we go. Big shout out and thank you to all the other folks here at Superior Adventures Guild, all the cool people in our Discord playing our games, including the awesome players we had here tonight. And big thanks to everyone that tuned in tonight. You guys were amazing. So many subs and bits. Loved every second of it. If you would like to join us, please drop by our Discord. If you are new to the world of streaming, if you're looking for your first shot at taking part in actual play, we have regular opportunities for people to join us at our table. So please hit us up. We're also doing all kinds of other awesome things here on the channel. We've got our Monday Night Mayhem, like you just saw, our regular Tuesday night Greyhawk game with Dave and the rest of the crew, as well as Shade Song Saga from the awesome Bleak season on Fridays. We've also got a new special game coming on Wednesdays next month called Nuvarden. Stay tuned for more info on that. Definitely keep an eye out on our socials and be sure to come back for part 2 of this crazy Kobold loveliness. We are going to raid over to Sensei Suplex now. Give them a shout out in chat when you get there. And I hope you all have a great night, everyone. It's been a blast here, and thanks for being a part.